Welcome, Sizzle. Bless up and hi, it's another video, so you know the vibe. If you're new here, welcome and subscribe. This is Grandma. Grandma is making lunch, though, Baba? Yes. So, alright, if you're just listening to the face for the first time, you know what to do. People are watching the videos, but they're not subscribed. Well, I want to do that. Just press subscribe, but it's free for subscribe. Support a small YouTuber. Anyway, today we're going to really work off our script because it's such a large amount of information I want to unpack, and I want people who don't know the history of the culture to really pack it in. Alrighty. So I'm so thrilled that you're here today because we're going to embark on a truly special journey for this one. One that takes us deep into the heart and soul of Jamaican culture. And the YouTuber thing that I buy, people are watching me. How they do it? A tradition that is as vibrant and Mama, when they did this, they used to say Jonkunnu too. Them always up on the road.
We prayed for them, whereas
they prayed for them.
Yes, I really come for them.
Mama,
you know, when you come with you, you don't realize. When they said I walk one time, me and my mother go down here. When they said my run, go and eat my mother fracture. Yeah, them
friendly. Yeah, sometimes they try to scare the people.
They're not just like how them are just.
Them are just friendly though. They're not so scary.
Yes. When them are pass, I'm the one who go lock up in the house. They're not just so like that.
So everyone. Yeah, you might have seen glimpses of it, perhaps around Christmas time or the December time, the holiday time, the end of year time. Maybe a flash of a mass dancer on the street. We're talking about Jonkunnu. People spell it different ways, or some say Jonkunnu. I guess the patois break it down and we call it Jonkunnu. But this isn't just like a colorful parade, a living, breathing testament to resilience, resistance, and the enduring spirit of Jamaican people. You might, well, I don't see much of them nowadays on the road, but I like the ones them way I try to carry on the culture. Yeah? Today we're going to peel back the layers of the history to really understand what Jonkunnu truly represents. Who are these people? Why they run up and down and look so funny in them funny clothes here? And trust me, by the end of the video, you'll see why this tradition is so much fun and just more than just a dance. Okay? So grab a favorite drink, or get comfy and wait till your grandma to cook food. And let's dive in. Yeah, I said them are one less scary than the one them back in the days.
You know, so how would they back at them? What else is them?
So which one I used to afraid of the most?
Yeah, we're afraid for the acid.
Oh yeah, I never see him today. I never see that one. They would put on the
so long teeth in there.
oh, the house of the teeth them.
But they're not just so I get.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to the acid. I want to see my come, you see. And then the clothes ain't got all black. And it's when they got over my head black I get, and the teeth them feel like girl that. I see that.
Which one we used to? We used to Shaggy,
no.
Granny, then have one who dress up like one grandma. Oh, with the big belly, yeah, the one there.
Not really belly, but the ass said, but you follow me run, and we never pass. And with that, we run, go like up, you see me, and in black, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not as scary. They're more fun now. They're not scary. They're more like fun.
And in clothes, where you meant to say in clothes, we have all black.
Everything black.
That time we feel say natural. They got that.
Most of the things say them demonic. Them inside us people under the mask then.
But that time we didn't know say a mask.
Yeah, me didn't know say a mask either. Me think that's how them born.
Yes, sir. When you see that cousin, yes. Then you got this long teeth. The teeth them go so. They are almost real.
Yeah, never see.
You know, nobody will tell you say something them put to a while.
They don't want to expose their secret. So they have a mask. They're not afraid of them.
You follow me afraid for if I look. And they are one favorite devil.
Oh yeah, they have a devil one.
In black, the police one.
Well, let's talk about them.
They have a policeman in there.
They have police too?
He come in like a Satan.
Oh, when do bad? A bad police?
He just up in a black kind of red suit. But if there's well, of them is scared.
Well, come and talk about them. Exactly. Is Jonkunnu. In its simplest form today, we can say it's a traditional masquerade performance. So you typically see groups of costume characters, often accompanied by drummers and other musicians, dancing through communities or like in the street, particularly during the December season. It's loud, yes, but it's vibrant and it's infectious. So the performers usually move with this incredible energy, playfully chasing spectators or like the kids that would be in the communities, them chase them and run them down, as you would hear my grandmother say, bringing like all heap of life and excitement to the streets. The sounds are unmistakable. The beat of the drums, the piercing melody of the, I believe them call it the fife. A fife them call it, the rattle and the shak shak. Something like that, the little shaka shaka shaka. And even though you might see different performers, they keep that consistent rhythm. Because if you go on YouTube right now and type in Jonkunnu's song, you're gonna hear a similar melody to the one that I played in my videos. There's something about the beat. And the characters, oh my gosh, the characters. There are different characters. They are really the icons of the masquerade. So you'll see like the towering cow head, somebody with a cow head, somebody with a horse head, and then you'll have the common one, the mischievous Pitchy Patchy, covered in like strips of colorful fabric. And you also have the king and queen, and you have one of the characters, formidable devil. So you have many more as well, and even like Granny or the big belly woman, many more, but those are like the common ones that we are used to. Each character really have a specific role, a specific dance, and a specific presence. When you see the character, you know the character. But here's the thing, what we see today, it's just like the latest chapter in a story that spans for centuries. These characters did not come from out of nowhere. So to really appreciate Jonkunnu, we have to travel back in time to a period of immense struggle and powerful defiance. Because if you know one thing about Jamaican people, the defiance really strong when they want what they want. And that's where the real magic really come in, and the real history begins. So to understand Jonkunnu's origin, we must confront the brutal reality of chattel slavery in the Caribbean, because that's what it's really stemming from. So enslaved Africans forcibly brought to Jamaica were stripped of nearly everything. That's what history taught us: their freedom, their names, their families, and even their cultural practices. Yet, even though in the face of unimaginable cruelty, the human spirit found ways to endure and to resist and to reclaim all the time. Now, one thing we will always hear about Jamaicans, you can beat with them, but you cannot beat with spirit. Right? So Jonkunnu really emerged directly from this. So it wasn't just entertainment, it was a sophisticated act of cultural survival and protest. The European slave masters, in a bid to maintain some a sense of order and perhaps give the enslaved population some amount of outlet. They often granted like a few days. Call it days off for the holiday. And typically around December time, the holiday season, which is at the end of the year. And it was during this brief window known as the Jonkunnu season that this tradition actually flourished. But I turn off the pipe because the pipe might be like something. So imagine the scene. On these few precious days, people who had denied their humanity for an entire year could, for a short time, transform. Like, yeah, get like a freedom for do something. So, on these few precious days, the people who had been denied their humanity for an entire year could, for a short time, transform. So, this is where the masks come in, So, then put on the masks, and put on them clothes, and then put on elaborate costumes, and took it to the streets. So, the street thing was from way back then. We love it. We love to be in the streets. So, this wasn't just dressing up. This was like transformation, spiritual, and psychological. And there are usually fascinating stories or theories about the name Jonkunnu itself. Some believe it comes from like a historical figure, a West African merchant, prince, or a warrior that them called Jonkunnu, who resisted the European colonial powers in Ghana in the early 18th century. So his story of defiance resonated deeply when it comes to the whole Jonkunnu. Others suggest it's more like a corruption of an African phrase or even a reference to canoes used to bring the enslaved people into the Caribbean. If you know about that history, then you know. While the exact term is debated, the spirit of resistance is often associated with the name. It's really undeniable, but the name has stuck around for so long. What made Jonkunnu so powerful as a form of resistance though? Anonymity. Really, behind the mask, the enslaved could shed their assigned identity. You don't know who the back of the mask, and you're not gonna know. It's a status that was private. You don't know who is there. I didn't even know that people were behind the mask. So with your identity being protected, you could become someone else, someone powerful, someone who could show this different personality. Someone could even mock their masters. Does the mask allow them to speak them truth that would otherwise be met with brutal punishment? It was really a blend of satire and spirituality. The performers will often mimic the manners or the dances and even military drills of the European planters and soldiers, but exaggerated. This type of mockery now was a crucial psychological release and clever act of rebellion. Like, you give me freedom for do something, I go spite you. So they were performing for their oppressors, yes, but most importantly, they were performing for each other, reinforcing their shared identity and spirit. Jonkunnu is really a beautiful example of what they call syncretism, that is the blending of different cultural elements. And while it evolved on Jamaican soil, its deepest roots are truly and firmly planted in West Africa. You see, in everything that we do as Jamaicans, we are truly connected back to the motherland. Because many of the enslaved people brought to Jamaica came from regions rich in masquerade traditions like what we know today as Jonkunnu, particularly from what is now Ghana, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. As I pronounce? Fans them from Sierra Leone. As I pronounce, let me know if I call it right. But think about the Egungun masquerades of Yoruba people, or the vibrant mask traditions of the Igbo, Akan, and the Mende. These were not just dances, they were profound spiritual rituals connecting the living with the ancestors, basically reaffirming social order and celebrating community. The idea of donning masks for spiritual or social commentary was deeply ingrained for sure. When these traditionals arrived now in Jamaica, they didn't disappear at all. Instead, they adapted, merged, and transformed. The core concept of So really the core concept of the masquerade, the drum-based music, the communal dancing, all these elements were preserved and infused into the now known Jonkunnu tradition of Jamaica. The drums in particular were really the heartbeat. It's like a means of communication and a call, collective memory. And there's just something about when you hear that beat, you just get in the vibe, you know? But Jonkunnu didn't exist as a vacuum. It was also influenced by the dominant European culture, contrary to popular beliefs, you know? So through a lens of adaptation and supervision. But now you can see the elements of European folk dances, military formations, and even structured hierarchical like nature of European society reflected in some of the characters. Because remember, you know, we have a king and queen. And it's shown in their movements as well. For example, let's talk about the king and queen figures. While African in spirit, it mirrored European royalty. So the enslaved were keen observers of their masters. They took these European elements, twisted them, exaggerated them, and made them their own. The fancy dress aspect now, while perhaps kind of superficially mirroring European celebrations, was fundamentally an African expression that was actually filtered through colonial reality. This fusion created something entirely new and uniquely Jamaican, a tradition that speaks volumes without needing a single word. Let's get into some of the more iconic Jonkunnu characters, because each one tells a story, remember, and each one carries a piece of history and meaning. First up, the cow's head and horse head. These are often the most imposing figures, usually leading the group. When them a walk on the streets, them are the one that clear the way, and them really scared. That's why they are the ones who are always leading it. So them have this large, often fearsome masks that are meant to be startling. Trust me, when you see one of those up close as a kid, you just want to run go under your bed and not come back out. So it creates excitement and draw attention. So they represent a connection to nature, to power, and to this animalistic energy that is so vital in many African traditions. Because if you know African traditions, like even Adinkra symbols, a lot of them are connected to animals. So their movements are often aggressive but full of raw energy. And we have Pitchy Patchy. Everybody is supposed to know Pitchy Patchy. Him look pitchy patchy, like what him name said. This character is instantly recognizable with a costume made from countless strips of colorful fabric. So the pitchy patchy is often seen as a trickster, like a lively, unpredictable spirit. You don't know what him gonna do. Him just do that, go back and forth and bam. Jump out and scare her. So him have this vibrant costume that is made of many colors, and it could symbolize fragmented yet resilient nature of the enslaved community, or simply the joyful chaos of the festival. They dance embodying pure energy. The Pitchy Patchy for me now is one of my favorite. I just love to see the patchy pieces on his costume shaking like this, and it just gives me a Shakira vibe. But don't be fooled by the name. You have another one that is the devil. Them call him the devil in Jonkunnu, but it doesn't mean that he's evil, the character. So the devil is often seen carrying a pitchfork and a chain. So this character is also mischievous and a playful one. In many African spiritual beliefs, figures associated with the underworld or trickery often play a role in maintaining what they say is balance. It challenges really the norms of what we know, or testing boundaries when it comes to religion, I would say. So the Jonkunnu devil is more about playful chaos and excitement than outright malice. Me feel like the pitchfork, because remember it's connected to slavery now. Me feel like the pitchfork thing, because them used to use fork out of the farm them. So baby, him a carry I don't know. That's just my thing. Then you have the big belly woman, sometimes called cuckoo woman, the cuckoo mama. It's another fascinating figure. So she have this exaggerating belly and it's often stuffed. She represents fertility, life, and the continuation of
lineage.
A lineage of the word or lineage. Her dance is often suggestive and comical. So it celebrates like the power and creation and the sensuality that was often suppressed under slavery. She embodies joy and abundance. And of course, as we mentioned, the king and queen. These figures often dressed in more like regal attire and they move with a sense of grace. You know, creme de la creme. They represent the leadership, the dignity, and a sense of reclaiming authority. And in a society where power was denied, creating their own royalty with the festival was a powerful statement for self-governance and respect. You might also see characters like the soldier or the colonial man, often mimicking like European military uniforms or the refined yet often ridiculed demeanor of the plantation owners, plantation masters. This is where the satire is the most direct. So it's hilarious on the oppressors with this character and costume. Each character, each costume, each dance step is a thread in rich tapestry of Jamaican history, a whispered story of survival, protest, and celebration. So with such a rich history, what happened to Jonkunnu? Like many traditional art forms, it faced periods of decline. Simple as that. Really, after emancipation, as formerly enslaved people sought to distance themselves from anything associated with the old ways of slavery, and as British colonial authorities often viewed these performances as primitive or disorderly, Jonkunnu began to go in vain, really. It started dwindle down, it started water down. There were attempts to suppress it, and for a while even, it largely receded into rural communities. However, like the resilient spirit of Jamaica itself, of course, Jonkunnu refused to die. Mid-20th century history shows that, particularly around the time of Jamaica's independence in 1962, there was a powerful movement to reclaim and revive indigenous cultural forms. Artists, historians, and cultural institutions recognize the immense value and historical significance of Jonkunnu. And I really do encourage younger generations to carry on your culture. Do not kill your history. Do not kill your culture. Today, Jonkunnu is experiencing a beautiful resurface, a beautiful comeback. It is recognized as a national treasure and a vital part of Jamaica's intangible cultural heritage. So you'll find it performed not just in spontaneous street parades, but also in recognized and organized festivals, at national events, in school, ensuring that the younger generation understand and appreciate this profound legacy. Its significance in modern Jamaica cannot be overstated, of course, but it reminds us of the strength of our ancestors, their ability to find joy and express themselves even in the darkest times. Because really, that celebration came out of darkness. It's a celebration of our mixed heritage, a beautiful blend of African resilience and indigenous adaptation, and it's a powerful symbol of our independence and our unique identity as a nation. So, if you're ever in Jamaica, especially during the December season, keep your eyes and ears open. You might just stumble upon a Jonkunnu group passing by on the street, in the road, bringing history to life on the street. So if you want to seek it out, cultural festivals and community events are often great places to find performances. Support these groups, learn from them, and feel the energy. Jonkunnu is more than just a dance. It's literally a living museum walking past you on the street, and a testament to ingenuity, spirit, and the unbreakable will of the Jamaican people. It's a story of how art, culture, and resistance intertwine to forge a heritage that continues to inspire us even to this day. It teaches us that even in the face of adversity, our culture, our spirit, and our joy can never truly be suppressed, right? They will always find a way to dance, to sing, and to live on. Alright, coasties, that was the vibe. And again, if you've enjoyed this informative video and you love cultural history videos like this about Jamaica, don't forget to subscribe. Please just press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bells. Anytime I drop something, you don't miss it, right? This is an incredible journey into the history of Jonkunnu, and I truly hope you learned something new and gain a deeper appreciation for this tradition that we sometimes still see. We still see it, though. Other people see it in the streets. If you enjoyed the video, again, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't sit down and watch the video by yourself. This is an educational channel and we still have fun over here. Share the video. You can share it with your auntie, your mommy, your grandma, your daughter. Anybody can share it with. And let me know, have you ever seen a Jonkunnu in person? What character is your favorite character? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Were you scared of them when you were younger? Alright, coasties, that was the vibe. Until another video, don't forget to subscribe.